What's up, guys? Today I want to make a video on Arcade1up. Arcade1up is a toy company that's been bringing us these little toy arcades. You can get them in a cardboard box from Walmart. They're pretty awesome, man. There's a whole community around it, especially us old folks that are living our nostalgia, our midlife crisis. We want an arcade in our home. This is the easy way to do it. Now, I did make videos on this community for like the past year or two. Really awesome community. But lately, I've been trying to steer away from it. I'm like, I'm kind of done with it. Like, turn the page. Let's get to a new chapter. I'm done with the whole Arcade1up thing. But there is a story that I want to talk about that I think is pretty important. We're going to talk about JohnD. He's pretty much the face of the community. What he does, he does licensing. He's the one that's bringing us all these games. But when something goes wrong, everyone wants to put the blame on JohnD. People think he owns the company, makes every decision in the company. Nah, he just brings us these awesome games. So the video, as you saw in the title, is JohnD still with Arcade1up? That's what I want to dive into. And let's start that by looking at this Reddit post that was posted today. This is titled, JohnD no longer employed by Arcade1up. Some of you might rejoice at this. Some may mourn the news, or you simply might wonder, who is JohnD and why do I care? Any way you look at it, the man has been removed from his employment at Arcade1up. A normal person would have looked at this, clicked on the user and realized they're a new user and went on their day. Like, whatever, it's a new user. Now, if you pay attention to any of the leaks on Reddit, a lot of these are new users, and people think, because these leaks come true, that employees at Arcade1up are leaking it on their own. It could be true. They're a small enough company. Arcade1up could be leaking their own stuff to create hype. Who knows? It's all speculation. But actually, I think this holds some water. The reason I say that, because Travis MCP, which is a YouTuber in the tech community, but this guy is the official spokesperson for the community, for the Arcade1up community. He's just a fan, and Arcade1up has let him go on their shows and basically speak for the community. Very professional guy. Now, he was on Michael B's podcast. Michael B covers a lot of 1UP, and he does a weekly podcast, and Travis was on there, and he had something very interesting to say.
Because again, like, John brought me into this whole thing, and I align with John's his vision for transparency and for a lot of things. And I feel like there are some changes coming to 1UP that I'm not sure makes sense for me to be a part of. I'm kind of unsure.
Yeah.
But that with everything being already kind of weird, and and the fact that I'm, like, of course, still waiting to get my money back from Evo, and other things, I feel like this might be a good time to kind of step away. So I don't think I'll be doing any more public Arcade1up stuff. That is to say, I don't think I'm going to do any more 1UP shows. I don't think I'm going to, like, kind of help them on the side. I might still do some beta testing because that's different. I was doing that before all this. I don't think I'm going to do any of that anymore. And I hope that whatever happens in the coming weeks and months with Arcade1up, because there will be some changes, that they continue to work with the community, because I think I'm hoping that some of the things I was able to do will help them see the value in working with the community. They weren't always able to do it right. There were a couple of people that are very passionate in that company that I really believe in, but I think there's going to be some changes coming up that I'm not particularly on board with. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave that.
You guys know me. I'm going to follow the cookie crumbs. I'm over here like Ralphie trying to decipher it. Make sure you drink your Ovaltine. But anyways, what I'm getting from this is JohnD is the homie. Travis has the same vision. He respects what JohnD does at the company. And some big changes are happening at the company. Big changes that have made Travis decide, you know what? I'm not going to do this gig for free anymore. I'm done. Or not even for free. I'm not even going to do it no more. And the only thing I could think of is maybe JohnD's leaving. As soon as I heard that, that's what I thought. I was like, oh no. And then seeing Travis's concern, you could tell he has a real concern for the community, man. He cares about the community. Like, when he's gone, he wants somebody to be there, because he knows that if there's no communication between Arcade1up and the community, it's pretty much done. No information and like no constructive feedback. Like, they're just going to go do their own thing and just build more casino games. Who knows what? But anyways, a little bit later during this podcast, Michael B and Travis have a conversation about Killer Instinct because Ad Games has a licensing now, and what's the status of Arcade1up and Killer Instinct's licensing. And Travis answers that question to the best that he could, but he says something pretty important there that I caught.
So wait, I think I may know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Could Arcade1up do anything with the software and stuff they have and then I don't think they can make new hardware off of it. However, they do have hardware sitting around in some places. They could maybe do things with that because they own it and they did pay for that and it's part of their license. I believe they could do stuff with their existing thing. I do not believe, and I could be wrong, that they could make anything new using that license. I don't think that I think that it's gone. Like they no longer have the right to use it. I could be wrong about that. You have to ask Cyrus for sure, who will definitely not answer that.
No, Cyrus won't be like, well, you never know what could come out in the future.
He knows because he's actually the licensing guy, so he actually does know.
You guys catch that? Cyrus, licensing guy? Like, I did not see that coming. I thought Cyrus was just like a commercial guy. He was bubbly, outgoing, and I thought he just did commercials. I didn't know he knew what games were coming, was involved in licensing. Now, I don't know how big the licensing team is at Arcade1up. I know it's a small company, but that was enough for me to be kind of concerned. Like hearing Travis talk earlier, me already thinking that JohnD was leaving, waiting for some kind of change to happen this week or in the coming weeks, and seeing this Reddit post was enough for me to be concerned and be convinced that there is a big possibility that JohnD is leaving or is gone. And if that is true, I don't know Cyrus, and I hate to say this, but he's got some big shoes to fill. Now, I know I'm going to sound like I'm sucking JohnD's cock, but that dude was very important to the company. He brought all these licenses that we thought would never come out. I mean, first of all, the dude was part of the gaming industry. He brought Capcom, huge Capcom guy, but he brought the licenses that were impossible, like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and NFL Blitz. I know those were released broken, and a lot of people like to put blame on JohnD, but he was only the licensing guy. He doesn't decide where the money is spent everywhere. If it was his company, I'm almost positive that he would have spent more into the development and got these games going right. There is something that's special that he brought. He had a vision for the RFGC. He saw this more as a gaming console or as like an arcade that could build a community. He didn't just see it as a toy, on to the next toy. Even though I always said that, Arcade1up is a toy company, it seems like he was just trying to make it more. He knew the fighting game community. He knew the importance of having lobbies, the importance of spectate mode. He knew a lot about the FGC. He's the reason why Justin Wong is here in the community doing QC. When I met up with JohnD at Evo, basically that's the Super Bowl for fighting game, for the fighting game community. He was very involved. Like he knew everyone there. I mean, this dude knows everyone in the community. And it was crazy. And I saw him. I mean, I probably shouldn't say this, but he had came back from a meeting with the Bandai Namco guys. And it was like, I remember he was just like all happy. And I talked to him and I was like, dude, you're not intimidated by talking to these Japanese guys? Because I would be. He's all like, nah, man. Like he understands the culture. He understands how to talk to people. He had a conversation with me about it. And I was very impressed. Now, I'm not saying that Cyrus can't do that, but I just can't imagine him. I may be wrong. And I don't know if Cyrus knows the importance of the fighting game community, the importance of tournaments, the importance of spectate mode, lobbies, all that good stuff, because JohnD was trying to make this less of a toy and more like an arcade or gaming console. And I think that vision is gone. I think it's done. And if Arcade1up, they are toys at the end of the day. And if it's just a toy to them, on to the next toy, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, fuck it. We already sold it. It's not worth putting more money into it. If that's how they're going to think, or if they're just not going to care about anything else in the future, KI, who cares about the licensing? We're done with them. We sold enough. We can't even sell anymore. If that's their attitude, and they're just going to keep doing rehashes and do stupid shit like the Casino-cade and not even care, and who knows what else is in their plans. It just seems like all we're getting is rehashes. It seems like the company's going down. And I don't see the future being bright. There's no excitement at all. The community has not been excited this year. There's not been any new cabinets at all that have been like wowing anybody. It's been disappointment after disappointment. And I've been seeing the community just not be happy. And I feel like the company is just going down. And if JohnD's out, I got to say, man, it does not look good for the company. But anyways, those are just my thoughts. I may be 100% wrong. But like what I say, where there's smoke, there's fire, and that's what I'm thinking. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I may be wrong. Do you guys think JohnD's leaving? Do you think the company's fine? Let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out.